Well, Zach, we are officially 4 weeks through the season, and there is some drama.
Yes, there is. There's drama. There is teams that are apparently real football teams. It has shaken out quite interestingly so far.
What what makes it more interesting? We don't have to deal with Patty Mahomes' wife, but now we got to deal with Tom Brady's.
And we're back. Welcome to another episode of Breaking Down the Tape. We took a week off, had some family stuff to deal with on my end, and we just couldn't get our schedules to match. But we are back, as Hector said in the intro. We are four weeks through the football season, and boy, has it been interesting. How you doing, man?
I'm feeling good. I mean, can I can I feel any worse when I pretty much predicted my team to be where they're at right now?
You have. We can run back the receipts. I think I was a little bit. I think I was a little bit too far, and I said 3-1. But we're sitting at a nice 2-2, and we'll get into the Jets. We'll get into the Jets. But first, let's bring back a time honored segment. There's been some history, maybe for those who are watching. There are some context clues in the video here as to what we might be talking about. So, my man, take us around the world of sports.
Oh man, what what is this? Oh
Mhm.
man, I feel like this is a Yankee memorabilia day.
It very well should be.
Let's do this. I mean, it's what a wonderful day for sports. Yesterday was game 161 of the MLB season for most teams. I know some teams have a game left, and we
Right.
witnessed history in the making over the last, I probably want to say maybe 3 weeks now. Aaron Judge has been on the verge of setting the new AL and Yankee home run record. Now, we get it. Bonds hit 73, McGuire hit 70, Sosa hit 66 and 68. But you cannot discredit what this man has done.
So first of all, you can't I know. So first of all, clearly there has been fanfare about this, right? Every time you're watching a college game or whatever, Aaron Judge comes up to bat, they simulcast both games, right? Because history can be made. And people, non-baseball people are like, I don't care, fuck the Yankees, fuck Aaron Judge, blah, 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 blah. It's just the AL record. Now, hold on. Because if you've noticed, baseball is walking a very fine line here. Normally, nobody gives a shit about an AL or NL record, but you have to understand there's the steroid era record, and then there's the non-steroid record. Now, yes, the all-time record in baseball is Barry Bonds. Not going to argue that. But it is still an accomplishment, and it is still a major one that should rewrite some part of the history books that unjuiced 62 is now the record.
See, my thing is, there's multiple ways you can go about this. You can technically put an asterisk on every home run king we've had in history. When Babe Ruth hit his home run record, there was no interleague play. There was and there was no interracial players.
Fair.
When Maris hit his 61, the previous season, the season was 154 games. They moved it to 162. So you can say, oh, he had extra games to do it.
Fair.
When Sosa, McGuire, and Bonds did it, you got the steroids.
Uh-huh.
And you have to acknowledge that. When Judge did it, there's nothing you can put to say, oh, wait, but no. There is interracial play now. There is interleague play now. 162 games has been going on for over fucking 6 decades.
Mm-hmm.
What's the excuse?
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. This is a wild accomplishment. And while I'm happy, it's a New York Yankee, it had to happen to the ugliest kid in baseball. I love
I
Aaron
think
Judge,
it's
but
great
goddamn.
that it went 3 Yankees in a row, from
Mhm,
from Ruth to Maris to Judge. 3
mhm,
Yankees in a row. 3 Yankees did it cleanly.
mhm. Can I make a quick social commentary on the steroid era? McGuire, Sosa, Bonds, not in the Hall of Fame because of steroids. Want to know who is in the Hall of Fame, even though he wiped it all under the rug? Bud Selig.
Yep.
I'm just, I'm just pointing it out. I'm just making a social
Now,
commentary on facts.
my thing is, if it wasn't, not that it's Judge, but if it wasn't in a Yankee uniform, all the backlash that people are giving about, oh, it's only 62 or but wouldn't be like that. They'd
If
be
it,
sucking and gargling everyone's fucking dick. I said what I said. If it wasn't for him being in a Yankee uniform, because
oh
people
yeah,
just hate the fucking Yankees making history.
if it was Mike Trout, if it was insert AL player here, everyone would be happier than a pig in shit. But you're 100% right because it's the evil empire, because it's the New York Yankees,
The
and they
same
buy
way
their
it's if
championships.
you take Aaron Judge, put him in another uniform, he's unanimous MVP this year. But because he's a Yankee, Otani's MVP to some people's eyes.
I would blow my mind if Otani was MVP.
Now, my thing to these people out there, I agree also. Bond 73 is the record. Do not discredit what this man is doing. There's only 5 uh, uh, times in history that someone has hit 60 home runs. 5 people in history have hit 60 home runs. 2 of them did multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
You got Judge, Bonds, McGuire, and Sosa did it twice.
Mm-hmm. And obviously,
And you
Roger
got Ruth. So, like,
Well,
do not discredit what this man is doing. It is
mm-hmm.
still a New York Yankee franchise record.
Mm-hmm.
It
Oh
is
yeah.
still an AL record.
And it's still an MLB record. Like, yes, the official history books, and I'm not trying to take those down. Nice piece of breaking down the tape merch over there. Look at sexy.
You already know.
Anyway, and obviously, I'm not trying to wipe away a record because steroids or not, you still have to make contact with the ball. Like, but this is, like you said, one of the only non-asterisk records that you could have in the history of baseball. There needs to be a certain notation about that in the history books for me.
Yeah, I just hate the fact that people are, oh, but it's only 62. Bro, he leads in home runs by almost 30.
Mm-hmm.
He leads in RBIs by almost, I want to say 20.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, he's going for the Triple Crown. Let's get into that. How bitch of a move it is for the Twins to sit their fucking player so that he can remain higher than Judge while he's still trying to chase for 62.
That's like the don't vote for Derek Jeter to get into the Hall of Fame because nobody should be unanimous kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, that's some old head fuck the Yankees because I'm not them kind of fucking bullshit mentality. It's like, come on, man. Do better.
Like, the man's already chasing for 62 while trying to maintain his average. Keep that other man out there. And if he fucking goes for an offer, that's his fucking problem.
Mm-hmm. Let him defend his top dog position. Yeah, that's some low ball bullshit. Like, come on, grow a set of nuts.
So, congratulations to Aaron Judge. You have made history. You have betted on yourself and you fucking won.
I want to make a comment there. The Yankees would make a very serious mistake if Aaron Judge is in pinstripes next year. That is,
they will be mayhem in New York. The people of the Bronx will with their bare hands tear down Yankee Stadium if he's not in our uniform next year. And the only other place that he can go is to fucking Queens. And if they let him fucking walk to Queens,
I would
I'd
rather.
rather see that motherfucker in a Boston Red Sox uniform than to him stay in a fucking New York State and be in Queens.
Yeesh.
At least he's out of this fucking state.
Yeesh, but to the Sox?
At least he's out of the fucking state. Do not go over to fucking Queens. I will tell you one thing. He had bet on himself.
Yeah, I mean, good for him.
And he is going to get paid. He is getting nothing less than $350 million.
That's it.
Nothing
I'm not
less.
gonna lie. I'm
nothing less.
I'm talking $500 million. We're talking with a B, my boy. That's $500 million is where I'm putting his number.
I'm thinking. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm thinking he's somewhere near Mike Trout.
Yeah, I think he puts Mike Trout to shame. I think, and I'm telling you, in the kind of length of a deal, look, personally, am I happy for the kid? Because he's going to get paid 100%. Make your money, dog. Make your fucking money. But the Yankees, as an organization, wouldn't be dumb to pay him. They would be dumb to give him the length of contract he wants. That's where they're going to make the mistake.
I tell him, open the fucking book.
If they give him anything over 8 years, I think it's a mistake.
I agree. I'm thinking somewhere that I don't care how much you pay him.
Guaranteed cash money. $1 billion with a capital B. Yours. Bank account now. Routing number. Here you go. Done. No problems. If it is a day over 8 years, that's a problem.
Yeah, he's 30 years old. He's 30 years old. I'm not banking on him playing elite baseball at 40 years old. I'm thinking the same thing. 7, 8 years. Now I'll break the bank for you for those 7, 8 years. I'll make sure you're the highest paid in history. No one will be able to fucking no one in history will be able to touch that for decades.
$1 billion with a B, and you get 20% ownership of the New York Yankees when you retire. Like, I'm break the bank. Do something stupid. Fine. Money does not matter.
I'll change the fucking name of Yankee Stadium to Judge's Chambers outside the fucking walls of the Yankees.
The old one was the house that Ruth built. We can call this the one that Judge built. We could call it the Judge's Chamber. Perfect. Yankee Stadium, tear it down, Judge's Chambers, done. Not a day over 8 years. That's my line in the sand, personally. But
now, staying on the history side, like congratulations, Judge, and before I go, did we see that dude who jumped off the fucking the railing thinking that it was going to fall in the bullpen, and it went way right.
I saw that you said something in the glide, but I didn't see the actual video itself.
So a dude caught it.
Right.
If you look like 20 feet to the side, I don't know why this man jumped. Like someone actually caught the ball, but this man, for some reason, thought it was going to land in the bullpen.
Risked it all.
And pre made his decision of just, I'm going for it, and just
risked it all. Risked it the fuck all. Hey, look, man, I mean, that's a couple $1 million ball. Like
$5 million. That ball is going for $5 million.
Yeah. Did you hear Judge? On it? He's like, look, yeah, of course I want it back, but my dude caught it. He earned it. And I'm like, why? This is why I could never. This is not only am I short, fat, and unathletic, but God forbid I actually fucking was. I don't have the temperament to play professional sports because I'd be like, yo, send me his addy. I'm getting my fucking ball back. Oh, good job. You caught it. That's yours, bud.
I agree with it, though. The fans caught it. It is their property at that moment. If you want it back, open your wallet.
I'm going to open my baseball bat on your head.
Fuck that. I caught that shit. Open your wallet. And what do you want? What do you want for it?
And if I'm Aaron Judge and I'm fucking 10'2" and 500 fucking pounds of raw, unadulterated, ugly ass muscle, I'm gonna make you run them hands for what you caught.
Bro, you can beat the shit out of me. I'll make sure that ball, you'll never find it.
I'm gonna bury it, goddammit.
You'll never find it.
I'm just saying that he is.
It is true though. Those are souvenirs. And I've
No, I
heard
don't think
someone
he is
say,
wrong.
"Yo, one day the MLB is gonna find a way to be like that's MLB property. You have to hand it over." I think that's bullshit. Those are the fans' balls. It is a home
No,
run. That is the fans' ball. You want that shit back? You open your fucking wallet. You buy that shit back.
no, I definitely 100% I agree with you. I was more making a commentary about how I am not a good person, and if I was an MLB player, I would not look at it that way. I
Yeah, but
absolutely.
think about it the other way too. If you caught that ball,
If I caught that ball, I got a strap on me at all times. Stay strapped to get clapped. You are paying dumb amounts of money. 5 million? Try 50 million. Go fuck yourself. It's not worth that much.
what?
And you say that.
I catch
You
that
say
ball.
that.
I'm breaking records at auctions.
Oh yeah.
Mind you, I'm also getting season tickets to the Yankees for lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
A private jet to every fucking outside game.
I'm gonna extortion everybody humanly possible. I'm gonna have Judge, Rob Manfred, Bud Selig, the Hall of Fame, all in the same room bidding on who can give me. Oh yeah, 100. If I
I
was the
want
fan,
ownership. I want to get up with the big dogs.
mm-hmm. I want, even if it's a 1% ownership, that actually doesn't make me money. I want to say I'm a New York Yankee owner.
I
Period.
want free steaks at Moe's Steakhouse.
Mm-hmm. I want to walk into Yankee Stadium just to take a shit. I want to drive all the way down to the city just to take a shit in Yankee Stadium and drive back home because I can. Yeah,
But I
100
want to take that shit in Hal Steinbrenner's bathroom.
personal fucking golden toilet. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. I would not be a good person. I wouldn't be a good person no matter what. Period.
Continuing with history, Garrett Cole also at the same time breaks Ron Guidry's all-time strikeout record. It was 248. He ends with 257. Congratulations, Garrett Cole. You now own the first and third all-time records of strikeouts for the Yankees. Because last year he ended with 243, just shy of breaking it.
So then Cy Young and MVP coming from the Yankees. That's what we're saying.
No, Garrett Cole played like shit this year.
How can you simultaneously play like shit and then also own the strike record?
I mean, he's a strikeout pitcher. He leads the major leagues right now in strikeouts, but
Also fair.
you also gave up a career high 33 home runs this year.
Also a fair point.
You know, your ERA is trash. You're barely getting out of the fifth inning. Yeah, you need to turn this shit around because if you start fucking up in the playoffs, I'm gonna fuck you up.
We're gonna find you, Garrett
I'm
Cole.
gonna fuck you up, that ass. And the last piece of history is Albert Pujols hitting 700.
I did see
He is
that.
now at 703.
Golf claps all around.
And it's funny that you say this with the home run balls and the break the banks, because Albert Pujols said the same thing. He said, "Yo, I don't want it. You can keep that shit."
See, that's a sales
He's like,
tactic.
"That's material shit. I don't care. I already hit 700 of them. I don't give a fuck."
That's a sales tactic. You know, my man's like, if I really, really want it, he's gonna drive the price up. But if I make it seem like I don't care, then he'll take whatever he can get, and I can buy it back for $3 million.
See, I think that fan did it smart. That fan did it exactly how I would do it. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna sit on it because you know what? You might want to pay me $10 million for that home run ball right now. But in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now,
honestly,
in 20 years from now, because it's already authenticated, you know I have the home run ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be duplicated or what. You know this is the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to try to lowball me now and then turn around in an auction 15 years from now and sell it for $60 million.
Oh, yeah. Any type of history like that gains value over time. It does not depreciate. It only appreciates. 100% sit on that shit.
I like that. I like the fact he did that.
I agree. Yeah, because that's
I will personally hold on to Albert Pujols' phone number and be like, "Yo, bro, stay in contact with me.
I better be able to call you up whenever I want.
In about 15 to 20 years, we'll have a conversation."
Yeah.
And then we'll really go break the bank.
I you know what? One of those stipulations is I better be able to have the coolest party trick ever, and that's pull out my phone and call Albert Pujols. Like that better be the party trick that I can do.
My money doesn't wiggle.
It calls, bitch. What else we got?
Ooh, that is it for the baseball season. I'm hoping the like I said, there's one more game left. Playoffs about to kick off. All the teams are locked and solidified in their seedings. Astros, Yankees got first round buys.
Yep.
They'll be waiting for whoever wins their wild card games. Yankees will either play Cleveland or Tampa. Houston will either play Toronto or having a brain fart. Seattle.
The people don't watch this shit for baseball anyway. Fuck them.
And then on the NL side, you got the Phillies versus the Cardinals, and whoever wins that will play the Braves. And then you got the Mets and the Padres, and whoever wins that plays the Dodgers, which I think the Mets Dodgers to figure out who goes to the NLCS. That's gonna be a dog fight.
If the Mets make it that far, talk about.
I think they got a wash of the Padres. I give them that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly haven't been watching enough to be able to make an assessment, but
Padres are good, but I think the Mets they'll take care of that.
Fair enough. Do you think the Yankees are going to meet the Astros again in the ALCS?
Yankees to the World Series. I'm keeping that bet. I said it when the season started. I'm gonna say it again. Yankees gonna finish business. They gonna finish. They gonna finish business.
History and finish business. I like.
They gonna finish business.
I like it.
Shooting on over to the next thing, we got hockey kicking off. Zach, hockey, Rangers hockey is coming. Yes, the flip of the script right there. Squirt. Rangers hockey is back. I am excited. You are excited. We were
so close
to a Stanley Cup final last year. This might be it. This might be the year. Let's go.
You know, I have to say, last year, the Rangers obviously making the playoffs was not in the script for them. Coming back down 3-0, in the series against the Penguins was not in the script. Forcing Game 7 and winning in the next series was not in the script. Going 6 games with Tampa was not in the script. The Rangers went absolutely fucking off script in probably the best way possible, aside from winning the Stanley Cup. I know obviously the season ended in a 4-game sweep. We took 2 games against the Lightning and then lost 4 in a row. But I like where the Rangers are at. We've, like you said, we got preseason hockey going. The season ended amazingly last year, and I'm excited to see where we go this year. That's it.
I think Igor Shesterkin cleans up some of his shit and has another MVP type season. I said it last year. They went all those 7-round games. They were exhausted by that last.
They played a game every other day for 40 days.
They were exhausted. You could see it on the ice against the Lightning. They were exhausted. I don't think they're going to let that happen this year. I don't think they're going to get pushed to the brink of every series going 7 games.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. And I mean, to have the kind of team that can do that. I mean, obviously, again, they lost in Game 6 of the semifinals, but the fact that they can go that far and be pushed to that kind of breaking point and still, pull out these series and these games, it's a lot to be hopeful for the future, man. I'm excited. I'm excited what we got going this year.
Hell yeah. And next up, we also got the NBA season starting off. We had the Knicks play a little preseason game last night. They looked very, very good. I'm excited for the season with the Knicks. We didn't get Donovan Mitchell. He really wanted to be a Knick. It was close, but they weren't going to fucking sell away their future for this kid, which I get smart. It. But we did make some good moves, signed some guys back. We got Brunson from the Mavericks on a deal. I'm not going to say the Knicks is going to go out here and freaking ball out, but I think they're going to be very competitive and probably give us a nice somewhere probably like 500.
We're not bringing back the Knicks in 6. We're not doing that again.
Well, I need to see more preseason games. Season hasn't started yet. Well, but the Knicks in 6, that can still happen.
So we'll put a pause, not a full stop. We're gonna put a pause.
Let me see what the starting rotation is. Let me see what the depth chart looks like. Let me talk to Tom Thibodeau. I got to figure out what's going on, and then I'll come back about the Knicks in 6.
We'll revisit that. We'll bring this back up at a later date. What else we
And
got? Is that
that
it?
is all for Around the World of Sports.
And we are back. You know, like I said earlier, we did miss a week. Um, it was a good week to miss when you
Yeah.
were as bad as Hector and I were in predictions. And I have a shout out to give. So we went week 1, Hector beat me. Week 2, he stayed consistent. I got a little bit better. Week 3, we went 4-12. Woof. And I heard about it. Breaking down the tape at yahoo.com got used by my homeboy, Rich, over at the Horror Script podcast, probably one of the best horror movie podcasts that you can find out there on the web. Rich, who has been a loyal fan for a long time, has talked to me about our episodes for a long time. Let me know. My man's said, we're going to have to sell him the podcast and he's going to have to take over if he keeps being right more than we are. Now, for
Whoa.
all of
I
his
had one bad week. I don't know.
shit talking, Rich went 5-11. So I don't want to hear the bullshit. I will give him credit. He did openly admit in his opening email to me that he went 5-11, and that he reminded us that we went 4-12. um,
So,
but
so we were the Jets and you were the Giants.
yes, that's exactly what that wound up being. And he's an Eagles fan, so you know he's loving life right now. I think that's why he got a little chirpy in the comment section, as it were. No, but honestly, I love Rich. Him and his brother do an amazing podcast, the Horror Script Podcast. Go check them out wherever you find your podcast, on Instagram. They're on social medias. Definitely give them a look. They are absolutely fantastic. If you love our style of humor, then you're gonna love theirs. And they're football people too, who will let you know all about it. My man immediately hopped into the email and he was like, so I know that you guys like to talk to people and blah, 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 but you might have to have me on consulting. Shit, you might even have to make me, I might have to take over the podcast if I have to be right more than
Shit.
you. I was
The
like,
way we're
God
going,
damn. My man, we tripped up 1 week and he was honest like flies to shit. I love it. Love it.
we're going, we're gonna have to need Sparky the Coin over here.
God damn, Sparky definitely has a better record. So we're not gonna, in the interest of time, we're not gonna go back over all of the week 3 games. Just know we went 4-12. Go fucking watch ESPN or look up the scores if you really want to know what happened. But we will go into the most recent week 4. Obviously, we don't have predictions on this one because we didn't record last week. So we'll just kind of run through the games and how they went. Thursday night started off with one of the most controversial games and controversial things in football in a long time. The Dolphins played the Bengals and lost 15-27.
We
That's
didn't
not,
do. You said we didn't do we didn't do week 4, did we?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, is we didn't have predictions for week 4 because we didn't record. But so I'm just going through the scores. But I want what I don't care about the game and the scores itself. What I do care about though is the whole Tua situation. So for those who are not keeping track, Tua goes out, he plays Sunday against the Bills. He clearly gets a concussion. If you think that shit's a back injury, you need to like stop having an opinion on anything. My man gets up, shaking his head, trying to get Tweety away from his eyes, stumbles and grabs his head. And they want to call it a back injury. So he comes out,
No.
plays the rest of the Bills game, comes out, takes a hit during the Bengals game. and suffers another major concussion in a 4-day span.
Yeah, I want to go back to the Bills game real quick.
Yeah.
He gets rocked in that one. That was a legit hit.
Yeah, he
The
fucking
the the
smacked
the
his head.
the next game was him smashing his head, but he gets rocked. I have back pains. There is no way you're gonna say back and ankle pains when the minute he gets hit, he sits up. If his back is hurting, he's not gonna sit up.
Uh-huh.
He's shaking the cobwebs out of it, trying to not see six of the same linemen.
Uh-huh.
Stands up, still shaking the cobwebs, and then homeboy has to catch him from falling. I got into it with my cousin about this, who's a diehard Miami fan, and we agreed and disagreed on a lot of things. But I said it off the rip before the second game even kicked off. The entire organization needs to be put on a microscope, and if anything comes out, someone needs to get fired immediately. I don't like that Mike McDaniels is trying to cover the shit up. I don't like that the doctors are trying to cover the shit up. The players want to pray for Tua, but none of you motherfuckers spoke the fuck up during the game and said you shouldn't be going out there. None of you but you pray for Tua. Oh, NFLPA needs to step in. Oh, CTE, I want my money because the NFL doesn't take care of me. The fuck did you do for your boy? For your franchise guy? What the fuck did you do except watch him go back out there?
Uh-huh.
I don't care if the coach is going to yell at me, bench me, blah, blah, blah. You speak your fucking mind. You don't let him go back out there.
You stand up for your homies. Yeah, 100%. Sometimes standing up for your homies means making them take a seat. 100%.
And then on top of that, you go out 5 days later. He gets his head smashed to the floor. He throws up gang signs on the fucking floor because he's stiff as a fucking stuffed cat. And you're going to say it's his back. You send him to the hospital. They clear him to leave the fucking hospital. And then after the fact, you put him in concussion protocol.
And there's multiple levels to this. This is the same Dolphins organization that is being sued for racism. This is the same Dolphins organization that just concluded an investigation for tampering. This is the same Dolphins organization that just concluded an investigation for their owner paying the head coach to lose games. And look, I'm not going to lie. Mike McDaniels was winning me over. He's an unconventional little shit. He talks the game. He was winning me over. But you had nothing to say after the Bills. It's his back, his ankles. He's fine. And then after Thursday's game, Friday morning, your press conference is, I have my players' backs. I'll always protect them. He's definitely going to sit out next week because I protect my players. Where were you?
He should have never touched the field.
I couldn't agree more. He should have not played the rest of Sunday night's game, and he should have never been on the field for Thursday. Look, man, I would respect you more if you just said it for what it was. He wanted to play, and the win was more important. You're still a piece of shit, and you're still wrong.
You're 3-0 for the first time in God knows how long. You just beat the Bills, and winning was more important than the dude's health. Just keep it a buck.
And now the NFL has come out and fired the independent. So for everybody, because I have Dolphins fans in my DMs defending, you're wrong. You don't know what you're fucking watching. They clearly said they wouldn't lie. An independent doctor cleared him. Really? Because that guy was fired for being so fucking wrong. And not just wrong, but making egregious fucking mistakes. You don't get hit like that. I don't know. People who argued with me, like, no disrespect, but are a lot of people who have never gotten hit in the fucking head, who have never had their bell rung, and the only times they ever saw stars was because they stood up too fast. When you get up from that shit and you're shaking your head like that, I don't need to see your eyes. That's a traumatic brain injury. You said it yourself, the second hit. He's sitting there throwing up gang signs. That's because your brain has locked your entire fucking body because it was just hard fucking reset for the second time in 5 fucking days. And then the dude that the whole movie Concussion was based off of, that the famous concussion doctor that fought with the NFL, that did all of this shit, came out and said, bro, you need to quit football. You are gonna die. Like, I'm sorry, Tua, I'm not saying he should be done. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to take it that far. But I am saying you're 100% right. That team needs to be under the most ridiculous and fine of microscopes. And more than just the independent doctor needs to be fired. Something ridiculous has to happen.
My cousin kept giving me shit because he's like, "Oh, you're wishing bad on Tua's health. You're wishing bad on."
Trying to save his ass.
You know what? And I told him like this: I have been critical of Tua since Alabama. He has not. This is not a knock and wishing bad on Tua's health. This is the truth. He is made of tissue, spit, and duct tape because he has not been healthy and played a full season since high school. Bama, interseason. NFL, every season so far. He hasn't completed a full season. You want to take 13 games in the full season? Whatever. Not because he missed fucking games. He is not healthy. Ever. And my criticize when I take it to the game point is that he doesn't have a strong arm. If you want me to talk about his game, I'll talk about his game. He doesn't have a strong arm.
And he's not the best.
And it's proven. It just helps when you have Cheetah and Waddle who can beat your guy by 10 yards and you can underthrow him by 6. It is what it is. You want criticism? That's criticism. But when it comes to this, I've always said he can't stay healthy. And then you go out there and you let this man get his fucking brain scrambled. He is going to be the next biggest CTE fucking issue we have in the NFL. This is the 24-year-old kid. By the time this motherfucker's 35, he's going to be a vegetable.
He's going to be talking like Muhammad Ali, not able to tie his own goddamn shoes. God rest it, by the way. But no, that's, and 100%. I agree with all the criticisms that you said, because I've said the very same things. He can't stay healthy. And we're talking like freak accidents with your hips and your legs, and fine. But that's one thing. You want to talk about on field? Sure, 100% I'll be critical of him. I would let the Dolphins, if I knew I could trade this, if the Dolphins and Tua would win the next 3 Super Bowls guaranteed, but he sits out this year and it prevents him from being a Super Bowl, as a Jets fan, as a human being, that's a trade I would make. I don't want to see this kid fucking die. Like, that's wild. It's Dolphins fans that want to see this kid die because you want him out on the fucking field. You want him out playing and get his shit rocked.
They're like, oh, he's a dog. He's a fighter. Yeah, we're all dogs. We're all fighters. It doesn't mean that he needs to be out there. What the fuck are you talking about?
Of course, yeah, and I've got the utmost respect. Of course he wants to go out and fucking
play. But he has to say if he goes back in, he's just... No, the fuck he doesn't. You can wish-wash all you want. No, I'm good. I want to play. You don't make that fucking decision. You could be Tom fucking Brady saying I'm good. You don't make that decision.
That's the entire purpose of having your team staff, your team medical staff, and an independent concussion doctor on the sidelines. Like, that happens during every game. There's an independent concussion.
If you think the quarterback has more say over any fucking doctor, head coach, or anything, if they're going to go back in the game, you're a fucking idiot.
Yep. So that's the big storyline coming out of that. I mean, the Bengals beating them means absolutely nothing to me. It means nothing to me for either team. But that's the big storyline. He's already been ruled out for the Jets game, which we'll get into when we do our Week 5 predictions. But as much as obviously I would love to be right on my on-field opinion of Tua, I'm obviously rooting for my dude to get back on the field. I'm obviously rooting for him to be okay and for him to be able to play football and not be, like you put it perfectly, a fucking vegetable by the time he's 30.
Exactly. I said the same thing to my cousin. I said, now I'm not as excited about Week 5 Miami Jets because I wanted to play the Dolphins at 100%. We're getting to 100%. I mean, our line isn't 100% yet, but we got Zach Wilson back. I wanted to see Zach Wilson versus Tua. I wanted to see healthy teams going. I'm not as excited to see Teddy Two Gloves I mean, I love
Yeah.
Teddy Two Gloves, but I'm not excited about that.
Yeah, neither am I. Neither am I. And we'll get to the Jets offensive line woes here in a minute. But let's move on. We got 1:00 games. We got the Cowboys beating the Commanders 25-10. Not really hyper surprised by this. I mean, Carson Wentz is Carson Wentz. You know what I'm saying?
But Cooper Rush, what the fuck?
Cooper Rush is 3-0.
4-0.
Oh, you're right. He's 3-0 this season. He's 4-0 in his
You know,
career. Yeah, as a
he's
starter.
the first Dallas quarterback in history to start 4-0.
So I once thought this was a dumb statement by Jerry Jones because he's Jerry fucking Jones. And I thought it was a stupid fucking question. Say Dak is out for 2 more weeks. Cooper Rush wins 2 more weeks. Fuck. Cooper Rush only wins 1 more week. God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Do we have a quarterback controversy in Dallas?
No.
No? You're not riding the hot hand.
Nope.
Cooper Rush goes 6-0 in his starts, 5-1 on the season. And you bring back Dak. Dak is 0-1 on the season.
I'm bringing back Dak. Dak has, okay. It's going to be hard to say because I'm talking about the Cowboys.
It's a weird conversation. We're going to do this shit.
This is actually really hard to say. Dak wins you games. Dak has proven when he doesn't get hurt, because he's had a freak ankle. The ankle shit, that was like, come on. Ankle shit that was a freaking accident. Who would have known? The hand thing, I mean, quarterbacks get this shit, but it happened to Drew Brees. You smash him helmets and shit like that. We get it. Dak, when healthy, has taken you to the playoffs. Dak has given you 11 and 12 win seasons. Dak is also making $130 million.
Now, there's the crux of the problem.
Cooper Rush, you're playing well, but if I take you and I put you on, let's say, Houston, you're not doing what you're doing.
Sure.
You got a top 10 defense, and you got potentially a top 10 offense.
Now, my counter is, and now you're 100% right. 100% right. He does have a top 10, agreed. Not that I hold, because my off the rip, I agree with you, right? Like, if for nothing else other than the amount of money you're paying people, you're not paying Dak that kind of absurd dough to sit on the bench, period, end of story.
Yeah.
But my question kind of becomes the locker room. Like, you're winning right now. Not that the locker room is turned on Dak. I'm not assuming that. I'm not saying that. But you're winning right now. And especially if the Cowboys win the next 2 before Dak comes back. Do you really want to fuck with what you're doing? Like, I'm so superstitious that if the Jets are fucking winning, no one's allowed to leave the room. You're not allowed to get different food. You're not allowed to go take a piss. You must remain at exactly.
If it was like that, then Zach Wilson should have played this game, and Joe Flacco, who has 900 yards on the season and is a top 5 quarterback, technically, if you want to go by his stats, he should have never been started over Zach Wilson. But then again, Zach Wilson is our franchise guy, 23-year-old.
3-0 on the season. He's not been leading your team to unpredictable wins right now. He led your team to
Browns was an unpredictable win.
Wild win. I'm not taking that away. Wild win. But just saying, I don't know. I still think it's crazy to say that there will be one, but I do think that it starts to enter the mind.
But look at the games. But look at these games. With Cooper Rush, yeah, they're winning, but they're what? Barely scraping 20 points. Their defense is what's really holding it down. Which you can say when Dak is playing, he hangs 40 on a nightly basis. But what happens is that the defense lets up.
So then maybe you don't have to play the style of ball that hangs 40 points. Maybe
the defense needs to stop fucking. Maybe the defense needs to stop seeing Dak hang 40 and being like, "Hey, we could chill." and keep playing fucking defense.
Now, I do agree with that, but here's kind of a strategic argument against that. If you score quickly, your defense has less time to recover. If you're only scoring 20 points a game and your average possession is 5 minutes of possession, your defense has a lot of time to recover.
Patty Mahomes don't have a problem winning games and dropping 40.
All right, Pat, that's unfair. Come on. That's like saying I beat you using Barry
Josh
Sanders.
Allen don't have a problem dropping 40 and playing good defense.
Hey, these two potential MVPs have fucking no problem being the
Dak
MVPs.
Prescott's not a potential MVP. I think last year he had a very solid season.
Very solid is not MVP.
I can't talk highly of the Cowboys like that, bro. You know that.
Your voice broke while you tried that shit.
I can't talk. I gotta jab him in the gut while I'm also praising him.
So to answer my own question, and I agree with you. Realistically, no. I for no other reason. All the other superstitions.
Okay. Put it like this. If the Dallas Cowboy fans go to a Dallas Cowboy fan and say, yo, if Dak's good to go tomorrow, you still want Cooper Rush out there? Not one motherfucking Dallas Cowboy fan is saying, I want Cooper Rush back out there.
So I actually know one who will and does.
Sarah doesn't count.
Her father.
Sarah doesn't count.
It's her father. Number one. Number two, and I agree with you. Really, it all for one reason and one reason only. Cooper Rush right now could be throwing for 1,000 yards a game and 10 touchdowns a game and be on a historic pace. And for one reason and one reason only, I agree with you. And it's you're not paying Dak that kind of fucking money to sit on the fucking bench. That's
and honestly,
not happening.
I want Dak out there. He also helps you lose. If Dak loses game, put him out there. He's going to give you 500 ball. Put him out there. I want to see that. Like that. I need the Giants. The Giants are 3-1, baby. Let's go.
So that's it. The Commanders putting up 10 points doesn't shock me. They fucking suck. Fuck Carson Wentz. That's all I've got for them.
They got individual players that I'm liking, Dotson and shit like that.
Dotson. You were right on Jahan Dotson you picked that and you never got off of it from the rip. And you weren't right on some other rookies, James Cook, but you were right on Jahan Dotson.
I'm still riding with that. James Cook is gonna come through.
And yeah, Carson Wentz 2 interceptions. I just took a quick look at the box score. Yeah, he fucking sucks. Anyway, moving on. Do we want to save the Jets for later? Or do we want to go right into it?
Okay, let's just go right into it.
Let's go right into it. Jets won. There you go. That's the segment. No, the Jets win 24-20. Zach Wilson makes his regular season debut. Again, they come from behind to win this game. Not as dramatic as the Browns. No cops were called on my household, so that's a plus. But
this was a rough one. It was rough. Like his completion percentage was trash at one point. He managed it, fourth quarter. I give it to that. That's where, impressed me the most. He went 5 for 5, like 60 something yards, gave him a touchdown. And that's kind of what saved because at first he was like 9 for 20 something, 24, but he threw a bad pick.
So he threw 2 picks. The one pick was off of Tyler Conklin's hands. We've got to do something about stats, about fucking making that a receiver pick and not a quarterback pick. If it hits you in the hands, that's you. I'm sorry. That's not on the quarterback. He hit you in the fucking hands. So the one pick, I think it was the first one he threw, but yes, he did throw a not so good ball. And although the stats, like you said, he started off, I want to say it was like 6 for 20 or something stupid like that. But then he finished the game and I think it was like fucking,
18 for 39.
Yeah, he went pretty. No, so overall it was 18 for 36. But I know in the second half he really dialed it up. There was a lot of things that I was super impressed with seeing him. Jets out there, he caught a touchdown pass on that little trick play with Braxton Berrios, and Berrios pulled like a Steph Curry 3, by the way. He tossed that shit up and then walked didn't even look.
And then you see Zach Wilson hitting the gritty.
And then he walked away. My boy threw that shit up and Braxton Berrios is like, he got it and walked.
He did that Dwayne Wade LeBron poster.
Exactly. Yo, it was wild. Braxton Berrios and Zach Wilson's friendship is the funnest thing on planet Earth for me.
I'm still slightly disappointed in Elijah Moore. He hasn't been getting what you thought.
I knew that Garrett Wilson was going to take some of the shine away, but I feel like we have seen kind of a significant drop off in Elijah Moore.
I think I kind of know why, though. So yeah, Garrett Wilson is a factor in that. Who, by the way, is submerging as the true number one on this team. I think he leads in receptions, but just slightly under in yards to Corey Davis, which right there is, I think, why Elijah Moore isn't getting the looks that he's been getting, because Corey Davis has shown up.
True. And
Corey Davis is averaging 5 and almost 80 every game.
Yeah, you almost put it right on the head for this game. 5 for 74 with a touchdown. And look, A, it's 4 games, small sample size. B, it's 1 game with the starting offense. I'm not raising panic, flags or anything like that, but we have seen a little bit of a drop off out of Elijah Moore, but I don't think it's anything that we need to be concerned about. In this game, obviously the Jets, they started the Pittsburgh Steelers started Mitch Trubisky. The Jets chased him after 1. He was looking bad. Kenny Pickett came out, and his first pass was an interception. He threw a Kenny Pickett, but
Zach, don't we have the receipts? Didn't I call by week 4 or 5 Kenny Pickett would be the starter?
Mm-hmm. You did. You very much did. We can pull those receipts as well.
But I was crazy. Wasn't I getting oh my God.
You got to do your research, dog. Got to do your research.
Now, the thing is Kenny Pickett, he hasn't been looking toward DeAndre Johnson. He's been looking a lot toward Pickens and Freiermuth. I've been high on Freiermuth too. I kept telling you motherfuckers he's going to be a top 10 tight end. He a real deal. And on the Jets side, the offensive line needs fucking help.
Oh, yeah. Max Mitchell going down. Luckily, it's not season ending, but Jesus Christ.
I think Dwayne Brown is on his way back.
God, thank you.
I think they said he's coming off the IR. But we're hurting.
I didn't realize, by the way, you know where Elijah Vera Tucker, our star right guard, played against the Steelers?
I think yeah.
Fuck. That's how fucked the Jets are right now with their fucking.
He went back to his original position.
That's
wild. Well, he's guard, but Lincoln Thomas is still in.
Yeah, it's just been a revolving fucking door of offensive linemen. And every time the Jets are like, "Oh, we drafted, we got veterans, we shored this position up." Injury. Like, Elijah Moore might need to fucking fill in at fucking right guard at this point. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
I will say, though, it's still been impressive to watch Breece Hall run. He is questionable for this week. I don't know what's going on, but Michael Carter has been taking a lot of. I mean, he's still getting reps. He's still getting snaps. But for some reason, Breece Hall is definitely submerging as that star running back.
Yeah, they've definitely made him the bell cow. I mean, in this game, 17 carries, 66 yards. Carter only touched the ball in the backfield 9 times.
That's still more than most backups.
Also very fair. And look, if we wind ourselves up with like a fucking Chubb Hunt kind of backfield, I'm never going to be angry about that. I would be perfectly happy with that kind of situation.
I love when I see Breece Hall run. He reminds me slightly like if Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley had a baby, because the way Breece Hall breaks tackles, but then the elusiveness of the way he stays on his feet like Barkley does.
Yeah.
It just amazes me. The way he did his little shift for that game-winning touchdown, was able to shift his body and just reach out. Oh.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to lower the boom. He's not, if it's a power, if it's a dive, a wham, something like that, he's not afraid to just lower his shoulder and tell you to go fuck yourself either. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy.
We're ahead of schedule. People had them winning 4 games. We're ahead of schedule.
One thing, obviously, that pissed me off kind of about the game, stupid ass penalties, man. You know, every time the Jets would get something good going, penalty, back, penalty, back. And it's like every step forward, we're taking 3 steps back. Luckily, they were able to overcome it in this game, but there's going to be teams that you can't give away yards and drives like that.
I will also say we have possibly top 5 best duo at the cornerback position.
We definitely have the top 5 best duo at the cornerback
And we
position.
definitely have the number 1 best corner in the league right now.
And it's not
Sauce Gardner be giving niggas that sauce. Excuse my language. Sauce Gardner be giving them the motherfucking sauce.
Well, did you go Catholic on me for a second?
I know, but people frown on that word now. Motherfucker, Sauce Gardner be giving them that sauce. He has let up the new Revis Island out there.
So I saw a graphic. DJ Reed has like the second or third highest, or lowest, I should say, second or third lowest QBR against him. DJ Reed. So when you say the best cornerback in the game, and it's not who you think it is, DJ Reed has one of the best QBRs when quarterbacks have thrown at him, and Sauce Gardner is. George Pickens caught, 2 passes against Sauce, but they were like dumbass, go fuck yourself, toe tapping, 0.1% fucking catches. So fine, take those. You can have those freak circus
for like 18 yards.
Right, you can take those freak circus catches, but your Sauce Gardner is as advertised, as everything you expected of him and more, and I fucking love it.
I want Salah. I watch Gardner play, and it's like watching him, and then Revis's ghost is just sitting right behind him in the same position, telling him what to do.
Flashbacks.
Salah needs to tell that man, you follow the number 1 receiver, you shut him down, and do not worry about a goddamn other person on the motherfucking field.
Yeah, the rest of the defense can be a zone or zone man or whatever. Sauce isn't man. Period. End of story. You're number 1. He's on. He ghosts. He shadows. It's him. And I would be okay with that. I would 100% be okay with. Here's the defensive game plan for 10 players. Sauce. That's
if you're telling me Sauce go shut down Jefferson, Chase, Diggs, Devontae Adams, go shut them down, and their number 2 has to go against DJ Reed, I'll take that every fucking day.
100%. 100%. I'd be okay with leaving DJ Reed on an island as well. I just said it. He has one of the lowest QBRs allowed. Yeah, the Jets secondary, their pass rush is pissing me off, but the Jets secondary is doing phenomenal. Next, we woke up Saturday morning to some football, baby, bright and early from London. We had the Saints and the Vikings. The Vikings win it out because of a double doink.
Oh.
Can I apologize?
Dude goes out and hits a 60-yarder, had it by at least 65, goes out for the 61. If he just straightened it out, he also had that by 65.
He did, because that did have it. I'm glad you brought that up. That had enough power. Just when it hit the upright, it killed it. It just deaded it.
He was playing goalpost.
He did, man. I'm sorry. I personally am sorry to Saints fans. I recently have had a streak of jinxing everybody that I talk about. And earlier when Will Lutz hit his 61 or 60-yard field goal, I was like, yeah, Saints fans should be happy. Will Lutz fantasy owners should be happy. I am sorry. I blame myself. Not that
you do that a lot. You jinx teams a lot.
Yeah, I feel like Al Michaels. Every time he talks about a fucking no-no or some shit, and then someone gets a base hit right after. Yeah, so I don't care, but I'm sorry. Is all I have to say on that.
I know, and I was hoping that Kirk Cousins shot the bet on a primetime game. Because, Kobe, it is a primetime game. It is 9 o'clock in London. Everyone's getting up to watch that motherfucking game. That's a primetime game.
Yeah, it's a primetime game. And I'm sorry, you still can't convince me that Kirk Cousins is good. You can't. I refuse to believe it.
You know what shocks me? Is that Justin Jefferson puts up the most ridiculous numbers with Kirk Cousins. Just imagine if he had Aaron Rodgers,
Tom Brady,
Josh Allen,
Justin Herbert. Insert not Kirk Cousins here.
Zach Wilson.
Literally anybody that's not Kirk Cousins or Mitch Trubisky, and he will be so much better off. Yeah, no, I agree. Because look, and all of the Vikings fans and Kirk Cousins stands, but look at his stats. Look at his stats. Yeah, he's a fucking stat patter. I don't know what you want. What do you want from me? You have
Look at
Adam
his
Thielen.
stats, and then take us to the what's his playoff stats?
Yeah, like I don't want to hear
He
it.
has all those stats to be 500.
Yeah. That's perfectly. Isn't he like 60 and 2 now? He's like perfectly 500, right? Like perfect. That's can't convince me. We've got an upset. Falcons over the Browns 23-20. What are we doing over in Cleveland?
I don't know, but Drake London is also the real deal. And I wanted Drake London as a Jet originally.
Drake London is here. And another person who's kind of starting to show up a little bit, Tyler Algier. People kind of hit the panic button on Tyler Algier early, and I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them.
Cordarrelle Patterson was the lead back, and now he's hurt, so now he's gonna get his shine.
10 carries, 84 yards. Shit, you average 8.4 yards a carry. I'm not gonna be mad at you ever.
And with Cordarrelle Patterson being out, I think 4 weeks, this gives him the chance to get his shine potentially. I mean, Cordarrelle Patterson is getting old too, so he's going to end up taking the lead role.
My question from all of this, because I've got nothing to say about the Browns. The Browns did what the Browns do. Jacoby Brissett lost you a game with a bad interception late in the fourth quarter. He doesn't do it often, but it's not something that's outside of the realm of possibility, so I don't really give a shit about the Browns as far as this goes. But my question is, where are we on Kyle Pitts? Didn't have an amazing season last year. It was good, not amazing. It was good. And now this season, are we blaming Marcus Mariota or?
Yeah, I got Kyle Pitts in a league, and he's starting to upset me. He's not getting me any fucking points or anything. He's been MIA. Now, I will say something that you said. People blew up about like how great his season was last year. I thought the same thing. I thought it was a above average season, but nothing of like, oh my God, he taking the league by storm in tight end.
Right. I thought it was very much one of those like, wow, he's done really well, and he had an aging Matt Ryan. Get him a good quarterback, and what is this kid gonna do? I know we didn't get him a good quarterback with Marcus Mariota, but I still feel like we should be. I'm not surprised by regression. I'm surprised by jumping off of a fucking cliff head first.
I'm just like, he's not getting many. Like, there's not like they're not targeting him. They're not looking for him.
Yeah,
he's not a real factor in the offense.
Yeah, he had one reception.
I need him to pick that up.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Again, small sample size, Marcus Mariota, I get it, but
then again, I do want Desmond Ridder eventually to be the starting quarterback there.
I still think he will be by the end of the season. I'd be surprised if Mariota starts all 17. Just personally. And we got a thriller. The Seahawks winning over the Lions 48-45. The Lions might be 1-3. The Lions have scored the most points in the NFL.
Could easily be 3-1.
Could easily. I mean, what? They lost to the Eagles in week 1 by 3 points in a high scoring affair. I don't remember what their week 2 looked like, but they make Jared Goff look good. Jared Goff is out here throwing for 378 yards and 4 tutties.
And that was without Amon St. Brown, their number 1, DJ Chark, their number 2. Swift was out, their best running back.
Yeah, I mean, they can't play defense for literally fucking anything, but they can strap 45 points a goddamn game.
I mean, and Geno Smith, what in the holy fuck? Where's Geno Smith coming from?
NFC Player of the Week, baby. I don't look, man. Sometimes
where was this Geno when he was a Jet?
Just saying. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, this Geno in New York. What the hell?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, he 320 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 sacks. an almost perfect quarterback rating, 23 for 30. Even Rashad, but in this game, the entire team looked amazing. Rashad Penny, 17 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. When the fuck does that happen? I'm not saying these are bad players, but I'm also saying that the highest scoring team in the NFL is 1-3. So maybe you're going to look good on offense against them. We'll see next week. But in the grand scheme of things, the Seahawks are 2-2, already winning 2 more games than I thought they would by this point in the season. I thought they'd be 0-4. I'll own that. They don't look awful. I don't know if I would call them playoff contenders.
Can they maintain it though?
Well, that's exactly it. I don't know if I'd call them playoff contenders, but to my surprise, 8-9, 9-8. I really thought their ceiling was like 3-14. So I mean, they're better than I would assume, but
I mean, they still can go 3-14.
very well still. Sorry, Braden. Very well still can. Next we've got the Titans and the Colts. What the fuck with the Colts, man?
Yo, where the fuck did Jonathan Taylor exert all his energy last year?
20 carries for 42 yards. And 11 of those came off of one run. So he went 19 carries, excluding his longest run, he went 19 carries for 21 yards. Oh my God.
Like I thought Matt Ryan was going to make this. Carson Wentz should have stood the quarterback.
I mean, Matt Ryan's doing Matt Ryan things, 27 for 37, 356, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Which if I scroll down here, oh no, it wasn't. I thought one of it was returned for a touchdown. It wasn't. But I mean, Matt Ryan's doing Matt Ryan things, but and this game isn't terrible, but you're 1-1. You've tied with the Texans to start the season. What are we like? You're supposed to win your division, and
I don't even want to talk about the team that's leading your division.
yo, for sure. Is that the Titans? Are the Titans leading that division? I don't know. Who's leading? Is it not Houston? No. Who's the fuck else? I don't ever care about the AFC South.
Trevor Lawrence.
What?
Trevor Lawrence.
We'll get there. We'll get there because I know you have a question for me. We'll get there.
He's leading that division.
We'll get there. On the Titans side of things, it's a typical Titans game. Give the ball to Derrick Henry 22 times. He carries it for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Goddamn time he shows up.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, for you. This is your typical, like we've said it before. This is your typical Titans key to victory. Derrick Henry has to rush for over 100 yards and a touchdown, and you win.
Yeah. Traylon Burks, I mean, he's still learning. Like I said, I don't like that offense. It's literally just Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Do you want to know who led in receiving?
Derrick Henry?
No, he came in second though by 5 yards. Oh boy. I should not be this color skin and try and read this name. Chigozium Okonwo. Bro, I'm gonna need a fellow much not me to fucking read
a fellow tut or whatever. So I don't
look, my dog. I'm sorry. Like I'm not trying to be a dickhead. I just cannot. Mayonnaise is spicy. I can't fucking read that name. I'm sorry. But he went 3 for 3 with 38 yards and a touchdown.
Air raid offense.
Yeah, I mean, look, people can hate me all they want, but the Titans fucking team is extraordinarily simple. When Derrick Henry rushes for over 100 yards and, like you said, gets into the end zone at least once, you win the game. Keys to victory. You're welcome. Move on. Bears losing to the Giants 20-12.
The 3-1 Giants. Saquon Barkley is back, baby.
3-1, and you are right. Saquon is answering the call now.
He said, "Don't put me in the realm of CMC no longer."
31 carries, though. Are we worried about the amount of times he's touching the football?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I think remember, when you come back from an ACL and shit like that and ankle injuries, that first season back is not 100%.
Right.
Now he's 100%. And you see, he's not doing those crazy leaps. He's not taking those risks.
True.
He's barreling people over and he's making people miss. And I love it. I think you keep him in that 25 to 30 touches and let him catch a couple passes out the backfield, and he's golden. When you start pushing him to them 40 or 50 touches like you Derrick Henry, then you're going to have an issue.
True. I guess with someone who's been so injury prone, I'm like, stop.
But the only issue I see is them giving him more touches because there's no fucking receiving core right now. Sterling Shepard's out with an ACL. Kadarius Toney wanted to play fucking Houdini. Galladay. I'm to the point of running this motherfucker out of New York.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel Jones is out on injury. Might not be playing next week.
I think he got a twisted ankle, but I'm pretty sure he'll play.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he'll play. But he's another one. My motherfucker is 3 rushing touchdowns, bro.
He had 2. He had 2 in this game.
Oh, I think he had 1 last week, so that's why I'm saying 3.
No worries.
The previous game.
But 2 rushing touchdowns on 6 carries for 68 yards. Do you want to know how dominant the New York Giants receiving core is? This household name, Daniel Bellinger, led their team in receiving with
the tight end
with 23 yards.
They're trusting they got a bunch of rookies now. Richie James is their leading receiver right now in receptions and yards. But he didn't do anything this game either.
Yeah, he had 1 reception on 3 targets.
They're trusting Bellinger, Richie James, Robinson, Sales the fifth. Their receiving core, they need help.
Yeah, they do. When your top 2 guys are the household names of Daniel Bellinger and Tanner Hudson. What? Like, what are you, Bill Belichick, going to your local Quickie Mart and just grabbing the 2 nearest fucking counter workers? What are we doing here? Whatever. The Bears, look, Justin Fields, 11 for 22, no touchdowns, no receptions. But here's the big thing: sacked 6 times.
That line is horrendous.
Not doing him any favors. And then they get the ball to end the game on a punt. They drive down the field just to muff it and turn it over and ice the game for themselves. I'm not pulling the plug on Justin Fields yet, by the way. I'm not calling it a wash. I mean, when you get fucking sacked 6 times a game and however many hits a game, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's just in a bad situation over there in Chicago. He needs a fresh start. He needs out of there.
Yeah, that would be the best thing for him personally.
For his fucking mental health.
For his actual physical health. And then we got the Eagles beating the Jags 29-21. The Eagles remain the only undefeated team in the National Football League. Do you want to ask me your question from one of our loyal listeners now?
Well, this is a good one because we got 2 loyal listeners that
here we go.
Are on it.
Oh, I'm sure
one's not as bad, so I'll go with the not as bad one real quick. Dear old buddy who's saying, is Trevor Lawrence still a bust when he's now leading the division in the South? And actually, I'm not gonna lie, he has played a lot better than he did last year. That offense is starting to come around.
I'm not gonna lie. Before this week, had we recorded last week, I was going to ask you, was I wrong? And then he threw 1 interception and fumbled the ball 4 times.
Well, according to some people, fumbles don't matter in stats unless they lose the recovery.
They did. He lost all 4.
Oh, so then it matters.
So you can still say that, but he lost all 4. He turned the ball over 5 times. Eagles have a very good defense. Turned the ball over 5 times. Look, Trevor Lawrence in the first 3 games made me start to scratch my head and go, well, shit. Fuck. This game put him right back where he started with me. Still a bust. Still has a lot to prove. If we go the rest of the season and this is his only dog shit game, maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe. No. This game is Trevor Lawrence. 11 for
Then on the
23.
other hand, you got the Eagles that you said are 4-0 now.
Yes.
AJ Brown's the best receiver in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Defense is number 1 in the league. I give him that. Miles Sanders is playing well, but I gotta give Monkey shit. I gotta give him shit, and he's gonna fight me on it. He's been trying to fight me on it all day, or the last couple days. He shitted on Jalen Hurts last year. He did not like Jalen Hurts last
Now
year.
he's singing the praises, huh?
And now he is gargling the mayo.
He's got a Jalen Hurts signed autographed dildo, huh?
He is. My thing is Jalen Hurts' career record before this season was 9-10. So, like, what are you really praising? That he has an elite defense and a top receiver? Because before you were saying he couldn't throw the motherfucking ball.
Well, that wasn't me. I liked
but he took us to the playoffs in his first season. He has no wins in the playoffs.
Singing a different tune.
I don't know. That's just me. I know I'm going to get shit for it later when they listen to the episode, but
the monkey's dancing to a different tune, huh?
You can lie about it all you want. You were shitting the draft pick. You were shitting Jalen Hurts, and now you're trying to backtrack. But it is what it is.
Yeah, look, if my quarterback is 4-0 right now, leading my team, to victory after victory.
I mean, granted, they should have lost to the Lions. They easily could have lost to the Jags. I mean, if you look at all the Eagles matchups, they could have lost every single one.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
For such an elite defense, they could have lost every single game.
Yeah, I mean, look, they won by 8 points and they forced 5 turnovers. You know what I mean? Like that.
You're an elite defense for causing turnovers but giving up 20 points?
Yeah. Yeah, you should have. If you're causing 5 turnovers, you got to be winning by like 20. But hey, look, at the end of the day, a win is a win is a win is a win, and they are the only undefeated team in the NFL right now. Eagles are looking like the real deal. I think only Cooper Rush can stop them. I couldn't even. Bills Ravens. The Ravens again for the second time this season just decide to stop playing football in the second half. They were leading the Bills 20-10 at half, and then the Bills score 13 unanswered points to win the game.
This was wow. I think at one point the Ravens were up 17-3.
Yes, they were.
So 17-3, and the game ended 23-20.
Yep.
So you let them 23 points to your 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The way the first half started, like Josh Allen was like a deer in the headlights. The team was decimated. And then the second half, and they just smacked the shit out of you. Like they just donkey fucked you.
And I don't know. Like, I know that the storyline coming out of the game is, they went for it on the Ravens went for it on that 4th down. They should have kicked the field goal. Lamar threw an interception. No, I agree with going for the touchdown. I mean, the field goal, I agree going for the touchdown at that point, trying to put the nail in the coffin. But I don't agree with being up at half by 10, at one point by fucking 14, and losing. Like, what? How do you? And again, it's the second time against the Dolphins. They were up by 20 at one point, and the Dolphins came storming back in the 4th quarter, and everybody was ready to anoint Tua Jesus Christ. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with their offense because they scored no points in the second half. What's up with their defense because they allowed 13 unanswered. I don't know what's up. Actually, I think I'm wrong. I think they allowed 20 unanswered because I think at one point they were up 20-3. And then
I mean, J.K.
Bills
Dobbins was
scored.
going off, and then you just stopped giving him the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, both
This
of
is
these
not looking
teams.
good for the Ravens. If this is going to be the way they play all season, they're going to play pretty much 800 ball.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're gonna be allowed. You're gonna run the game for 2 to 3 quarters and then just completely shit the bed for the fourth quarter to a point that you're losing.
It,
We've seen
it only
two
shows
double-digit
more.
comebacks.
It only shows what's going to happen if they make the playoffs. They're not going to win a game in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Lamar's playing as well as he can play. This game not so great. 20 for 29, 144, 1 tutty, 2 interceptions. But again, you look at the rushing for both of these teams. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson lead their team in rushing yards. It is not sustainable. Great. One of them might win the MVP. Good for you. Not fucking sustainable. Not sustainable.
I mean, hey, one is closer to getting to the Super Bowl than the other.
I mean, fair. 100% fair. But at this rate, right now, obviously the Bills are 3-1. They're on top of the AFC East. They're playing good football, but you know how I feel about quarterbacks leading your team in rushing. I just don't think it's viable. I don't care that Josh Allen is built like Ben Roethlisberger. Even Roethlisberger got hurt. You cannot continue to let this guy take hits outside the pocket. What do I know?
You need to do research.
I have to, apparently. Chargers beat the Texans 34-24. The only thing I'm surprised here by is that the Texans scored 24 points.
Joey Bosa's hurt, so
Yes.
I'm not shocked in that. He'll be back later on in the season. Justin Herbert is still not 100% with his ribs, but he went out and balled out. Austin Eckler did great. And Keenan Allen's still not even back yet. Maybe back this week. Maybe.
He's been back and forth on my fucking IR in fantasy. It's crazy.
But all in all, exactly what the Chargers needed to do, and they needed to win.
Yeah, they needed a bounce back win because they lost an ugly one to the Jags actually the week before. So yeah, they needed this bounce back win. Again, another non-surpriser. Cardinals over the Panthers, 26-16. Baker Mayfield.
I mean, Baker is at this point in Carolina, they're waiting for Sam Darnold to come back to start him.
Wild. That, I mean, you're not wrong, but it's wild that that's a real statement. Christian McCaffrey, 8 carries, 27 yards. What? I mean, he also led the team in receiving, 9 receptions for 81 yards. You know, but he touched the balls. Your star player touched the ball 17 times.
Yeah, the Panthers are. I eat my words. I thought the Panthers were going to be good.
Wrong.
They not.
Wrong. And then we get into, obviously, the quarterback battle that we all expected, right? I mean, Bailey Zappi, Aaron Rodgers, overtime thriller. Obviously, quarterback battle of the century. We all billed it as that. We all knew what it was coming into it. Obviously, Brian Hoyer starts the game, but he gets injured. And then Bailey Zappi forces fucking overtime with the Green Bay Packers because football is not a real sport and it gets played in a weird ass simulation with weird engines.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is not going to win 13 games this year.
No.
He even said it. This is not sustainable. They are not going to win games like this.
No. Not when you're duking it out with Bailey fucking Zappi, who, mind you, at one point I'm watching the game, I'm like, I thought Mac Jones was hurt. It's a Mac Jones carbon copy. I mean, with the helmet on, they are the same basic start-off white player in Madden. And they look no different from one another. But both of these run games, by the way, Aaron Jones, $110, AJ Dillon, 73. On the other side, Damian Harris, 86, Ramondre Stevenson, 66. Both these run games pretty solid. Obviously, the quarterback play, it would be insulting to even compare Aaron Rodgers 251, 2 touchdowns and interception versus Bailey Zappi's 99 yards and a touchdown. So I'm not going to dare compare the quarterbacks.
Really? Because it only ended up like a 3-point game.
Yeah, in overtime, in the waning seconds of overtime. And I mean, look, you look at the stat sheet. This game should have been 41-0, but you know, it's a Bill Belichick coached team. You know what I mean? This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna play this style of football and drag it out to the end.
I just the Packers just hurt my soul. Like I'm watching this season for the Packers, and it I don't feel the same way like previous years. I'm like, this team is
garbage.
It's not what's really showing there.
Right.
It's a facade.
Right.
Like Aaron Rodgers, I'm sorry, he's probably going to retire because this is going to be a really bad year.
Yeah, I mean,
like he's squeaking out wins right now.
Yeah,
but he's not. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, when you're out yarding your opponent by over like 150 yards in this game, but only winning by 3 in overtime, I mean, that's not a good look.
He should have left the Packers.
100. You should have fucking left the Packers for the Raiders. Followed his boy Devontae out there. Quick side note: the Jets are 2-2. The Patriots are 1-3. Just throwing that out there. Jets are better than the Patriots.
Also tied with the Dolphins. Only a game back behind the Bills.
Boom, boom. And I know that it's week 4 going into week 5, but still, I'm going to grasp tight on my victories.
Just wait until we get to week 5.
We'll get there. We will get there. Raiders get their first win, 32-23 over.
It's about goddamn time.
The lackluster is a bad way to put it, as I smack my microphone. Denver Broncos. I mean, we could talk about the Raiders getting their first victory finally. Josh Jacobs actually remembered how to play football. Woohoo. Devontae Adams did what Devontae Adams does. But
fuck Darren Waller.
I agree. The Denver Broncos, man.
With no running backs.
Woof. Yeah, Javonte Williams is now hurt, right? He's out for the
season. ACL and MCL, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's fucked for the season.
And then you got Melvin Gordon that is a fumble god right now.
Yeah, ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth? I mean, wow. I never thought I would say this. The Seahawks won that trade. By far. The Seahawks won that trade. I mean, Russell just hasn't looked good. This Broncos team, I said from the rip, the Broncos would be on the outside looking in the AFC West. Obviously, right now it's the Raiders because they're 1-3. Broncos are 2-2. But they haven't played like they're better than the Raiders. They haven't played like they're even near the house to look inside.
No, their defense has kept them in this the whole time. Their defense is a solid defense.
Oh, well,
you got 2 great cornerbacks. You got a solid linebacking core. Your defense is barely giving up 20 points a game, but your offense is barely scoring 20 points a game.
Yeah. If I'm in Denver, panic button is being pressed because I know you're 2-2, but it is an ugly 2-2. I'm slamming the panic button right now. And Russ needs to step away from the motherfucking kitchen. Like, don't let Russ cook. Stop letting Russ cook because it is not good food.
He's gonna blame it on Sierra.
Unseasoned ass chicken, blame it on the alcohol on Sierra. Chiefs Bucks expected to go better than it did. Chiefs won 41-31, but the game was. It's a 10-point game, but the game was never close. It was never close. Patrick Mahomes took that shit personally. He took what the Bucks did to him the last time he saw them down in Raymond James, and he took that shit personally. I mean, he just went out there and shit all over the Bucks. Period. End of story.
I mean, the Bucks aren't the same either. Their offense is still injured. I know Godwin is coming back. Evans is back from his suspension.
And Evans
Julio Jones, everybody was hyped on that trade and thought he was going to have this resurgence with Tom Brady. Fucking bust.
bust. Do you want to know how good the Buccaneers were on the ground? 6 total carries, 3 total yards.
Fucking ground and pound.
They got a touchdown off of it. Crazily
Ground and
enough.
pound.
Playoff Lenny went -3 yards on the game.
That's top 5 running back right there.
Top 5. Yeah, man, it's bad. On the flip side, Kansas City has a running game. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Isaiah Pacheco.
I mean, people have been high on this Pacheco kid. He's starting to get more shine. Edward Hilaire's finally getting in his groove too after two seasons.
Yeah, he's finally figuring it out. Unsurprisingly, Travis Kelce leads the way in receiving yards.
My thing is, Juju Smith needs to start getting involved.
He kind of is. 5, I mean, not the way he should be, but 5 receptions, 46 yards. I did see a little bit more usage out of him, but we need to see that trend continue 100%. And then to end it on Monday Night Football, what the actual fuck? Unsurprising, the 49ers beat the Rams. Absolutely surprising, 24-9.
The Rams are in trouble right now.
Rams are in trouble. 2-2 after winning the Super Bowl.
Rams are in trouble. They need to hurry up and get OBJ to sign back with them. They need to figure out their run game. Cam Akers, what the fuck? Henderson, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, they combined for a whopping 40 yards. No touchdowns.
If you're going to rely, I mean, granted, Matt Stafford loves to sling the ball around. We know he has an arm. You know, he'll throw you touchdowns and all that shit. You got Cooper Kupp, but he will also throw picks. You cannot rely just on Matt Stafford gunslinging because he takes risks.
Oh, and 100%. And that's fine that he takes risks. I don't care if he throws an interception a game, but when he's not throwing a touchdown a game, that's not good. When you have, you know, Allen Robinson, who you went out and got, and he's only getting 2 receptions for 7 yards. That's
granted. Granted, if you see that game, I think he had like 7 targets.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, 6
targets. 2 of those easily could have been touchdowns. They were broken up plays, like they were 50-50 balls. If he gets it, it's like, oh my God, Allen Robinson.
Right. No, I get it. I just even with six targets, I mean, Cooper Kupp had 19, Tyler Higbee had 14. I get it. Kupp's the guy who's going to be always open, and I mean, he produces every game. You can't get mad at hitting your player, right? But we've got to figure. Darrell Henderson shouldn't have more receiving yards than Allen Robinson. That's just a fact of life.
Van Jefferson, like where's he at?
I don't think he even played. He doesn't even have a target. He didn't even show up on the fucking
You got these receivers. Come on, use them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, on the flip side, you know, Jeff Wilson Jr. doing exactly what is expected of him. 18.
You know what? Jeff Wilson Jr. Even when Mitchell comes back, he should be the starter. Mitchell he's supposedly been the starter since day one, but this guy every season is hurt. Every season.
No, I agree. I would like to see Jeff Wilson be the starter. And look, again, if you wind up with a Jeff Wilson, Elijah Mitchell, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt kind of situation, the Rams or the Niners are in great shape. And you know, just want to
say Kittle's been worrying me though.
Yeah,
he has not been the same.
No, he really hasn't. And outside of Deebo Samuel, I mean, Deebo 6 receptions, 115 yards, a touchdown. He looked amazing. But then you have Brandon Ayuk, 37 yards. Juszczyk, 35. Kittle, 24. Ray McLeod, 6. We gotta do something a little bit more here. Your fullback, be it the best fullback in the game, Kyle Juszczyk, should not be out catching George Kittle, should not be out catching Ray McLeod.
I mean, Brandon Ayuk as well. Brandon Ayuk is their number 2 receiver, and you're not getting him the ball.
No, yeah, 4 targets, 4 receptions, 37 yards. That's not. We need to be scheming Ayuk the ball more. I get it. Debo's the dude, right? He's the wide back, right? That's the new position. He's the wide back. I get it. But we need to have him. Great. We're working in Jeff Wilson. Good start. We need Brandon Ayuk. We need George Kittle. We need Ray McLeod. Not that I'm expecting Ray McLeod to be a number one receiver, but he needs to not be getting 6 yards. Just saying. So that's it. That's week 4. And we're back with week 5. Obviously, you'll notice there's a little cut. If you watch the video, you will see why. If you listen to the audio, you might hear why. One of the perils of being a podcaster is being a dad as well. And that is why you get weird timed episodes, because of this little 1-year-old demon child. So, no more.
He's going to be the future of the Jets.
Well, yes, he
That's
is.
the future Jets fan right there. We need to start winning ways now, winning culture now.
Sure, I was going to say a life of misery, but we'll go with winning. That sounds better. That sounds less like child abuse. So yeah, let's talk week 5, man. Hector's got the pen and paper ready to go.
You know what's sad?
What's up?
That if the Jets win a Super Bowl, Henry has seen more Super Bowls than we have.
And last time, yeah, yes. I mean, I hope it happens, but yes, it'll be. I'll have to wait. God forbid it happens this year, 30 fucking years, and he'll have to wait one. He won't even remember it. It'll be bullshit. But yeah, Thursday night, tomorrow night. So we're recording this on Wednesday morning, afternoon. We got the Colts versus the Broncos.
And I already said Jonathan Taylor is out.
Yes, you did hit us with that breaking news. I don't like any of this. I don't know why you're smiling, Henry. I don't like any of this.
He's not with it.
Do I have to? I guess technically the game can end in a tie. I don't have to choose the team. But if the Colts were to go 1-2-2, that would just be insanity. I guess give me the Broncos. Jonathan Taylor being out and not producing, even if he was in, and the Broncos or the Colts being as bad as they are, give me the Broncos.
Broncos by what?
Oof. They're favored by 3.5. Give me the Broncos by 1.
I'm taking the Broncos as well, especially with Jonathan Taylor out now. Hines, are you really going to put all your faith in Hines running the ball? Michael Pittman still hasn't shown up from his injury. I'm not sure if Leonard's back on defense yet.
I forgot about Shaquille being out.
I'm taking Broncos by 3.
Okay. Then we got another London game, 9:30 a.m., bright and early. The New York Football Giants.
Another primetime game, Colbs.
Prime time. Go to take on the Green Bay Packers. Prime time, 9:30 in the morning. Give me the Giants. I'm riding New York here. Look, I'm not going to say it's by a lot. I'll be another like 2 or 3 point game. But give me the Giants here. And it's crazy. The Packers are favored by 8, according to ESPN.
What?
I don't
know. You got the Giants. What? You said 3?
Yeah, give me the Giants by 3.
You take Giants by 3. I'm still going to continue rolling with the Giants. I think the Giants fucking play the Packers pretty fucking well. I know the Giants are missing Aaron Robinson. I think the corner, Aaron or Allen, their cornerback, but I'm taking Giants by 6.
And I mean, look, the Giants might miss Daniel Jones. We're not sure yet. But the Packers just haven't looked good to me. And Saquon Barkley is here to play football. He has removed himself from the bust category, and he is here to play football like he was meant to from day one.
He already has more rushing yards than he finished with last year.
Yeah, he's back with a vengeance, and the Packers are going to be hard-pressed to stop him. We got the Jets and the Dolphins. Jets are at home against the Dolphins for a 1 o'clock matchup.
So you're taking the Dolphins?
Obviously. We got Jets by 1,000,000. Who even is the backup quarterback for the Dolphins?
Teddy Two Gloves.
Oh, right. You said it earlier. Teddy Two Gloves. Yeah, give me the Jets. Give me the Jets by, I'm feeling frisky. The Jets by 8.
Oh, I put Jets by 1,000,000.
by 1,000,000, by Lil Wayne, by 1,000,000.
Jets by 8. I'm also taking the Jets. You already know it. I know my cousin's going to be listening in. I know he's taking Miami. Yeah, Henry got Jets by a million too.
Henry's got the Jets by a million too.
I'm
Uh,
taking Jets by 10.
that was my original, but I didn't want to feel too froggy.
I feel
So,
confident that Sauce Gardner is going to show Tyreek Hill something.
oh, I can't wait for that. I can't
I'm
wait
excited.
for that. Cannot wait. Then let's see here. We got the Bills and the Steelers 1 o'clock matchup. Bills at home for this. Buffalo is favored by 14. Give me Buffalo by 14. I'll take that on the dot.
I'm right there with you. I'm excited to see Kenny Pickett play a whole game, but it's still Buffalo.
He's not going to be excited to play that whole game.
Yeah, but it's still Buffalo.
Yeah, he's not going to be excited. Then let's see. 1 o'clock. We got the Chargers traveling to Cleveland to play the Browns. The Chargers are only favored by 3. Absolutely not. Give me the Chargers by 10.
Chargers by 10 over the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
This one's tough because the Chargers, as much as they play well, they still give up a lot of points.
True.
Chargers by 3.5.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Then we bring ourselves to an NFC North matchup. We're taking it all the way to Minnesota to have the Chicago Bears play the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are favored by 7, and I'll take the Vikings, but only by 4.
Vikings by 4. Who said they're playing again?
They're playing the Chicago Bears. Bears.
The Bears. Yeah, that Vikings defense. Sorry, Justin Fields. You about to get sacked another 6 times.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I like Justin Fields more than I like Kirk Cousins, but that Vikings defense versus that Bears offensive line is scary.
Got Vikings by 9.
Yeah, that's fair. Then we got the Lions traveling to New England to pay the Patriots. New England is favored by 3. What do you say? What do you want? What are you thinking? You know what? Henry's got blue eyes. We're taking the Lions. Give me the Lions.
I know. He was like, nah, not the Patriots.
We can't take the Patriots in this household. Lions by 4.
Lions by 4. I think the Lions finally get a win. I think they flip it around and they go 2. You said they're 1-3 right now. They go 2-2. They still won from New England. New England starts fucking going in the shitter. I got the Lions. Lions actually, as well as the Patriots play defense, I think drop over 20 points on their ass.
I 100% agree. 100%. The Lions are fucking. They can't play defense worth this shit. They can score in bunches and bunches.
Lions by 7.
I like it. Then we got the Seahawks going to New Orleans to play the Saints. New Orleans is favored by 5. Gimme Gino and the Seahawks.
So before, I was already putting my bet in on the paper before you said anything. Seahawks by 4.
I'll take Seahawks by 4. Yeah, I was thinking 3 or 4. Maybe it's Braden and Colb's getting to me. Maybe it's the Seahawks chatter in my head.
I gotta give them love too. Colb's has been trying to ride with the Jets this year.
Trying. Then we got, let's see, what more 1 o'clock games can we get into? Oh God, we almost just closed this out, Henry. Woof. We got the Falcons traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks. Bucks are favored by 8.5. Give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks by 10.
I'm taking the Bucks by 8.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota is going to get murdered by that Todd Bowles defense. It's going to be ugly. Then we got the Titans traveling to Washington to take on the Commanders. Titans are favored by 2.5 here.
This one's tough.
Henry, I need some help here. Squeal once for Washington, twice for Titans. Was that all 1 squeal or 2?
I thought he said Titans. It sounded like he said Lions.
All right. Baby, don't lie. We'll flip him. If he lands heads up, it's the Titans. If he lands tails, no, I'm just lying. Everybody, I am kidding. Please, Jesus. Oh look, he landed. Never mind. um, I feel like picking a fight today. Let's go Washington. I'm taking Washington by 1.
That's crazy. I actually took Washington too.
Damn.
And it came down to the receiving core because
Yeah.
Washington actually has like a decent run game.
Mhm.
You know, they got pieces but their receivers are just way better than Tennessee.
Yeah, and they at least have a defense that like shows up all game. Not well, but shows up all game. Tennessee's does not show up in the fourth
I'll
quarter.
do Washington by 5.
Then we got, let's see, we got Jacksonville hosting the Texans in an AFC South matchup. Jags are favored by 7. Can the game be canceled? Look, Houston's not getting their first win here. I'll give it to the Jags. I'll give them by 7. I'll ride with the touchdown.
Jags 7. I said Jags even.
Fair.
I was like, if they win, they win. I'm just saying the Jags.
Yeah, by whatever. It doesn't. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that game. Do you agree? Okay. Let's see. Now we're into the 4 o'clock.
He
game.
also said Trevor Lawrence is a bust.
Yeah, he definitely does. My little blonde-haired sunshine. We got the Cowboys traveling to LA to take on the Rams. The Rams are favored by 5.5, but as long as Cooper Rush is at the helm, give me the Cowboys. Give it to me by 4.
Boys by 4. Wow.
No, not the boys. Cooper Rush by 4.
Cooper. All right, so I'm gonna write Rush instead of boys. I'm gonna flip to the other side. I'm gonna say Rams by 8.
I mean, look, that's not a bad pick, but I don't know. The Rams have been scary, and Cooper Rush is a hot hand. Sir, we are recording a very important and serious podcast. Only serious opinions are valid here. Anyway, I just got looked at. We got the Panthers hosting the Niners. San Fran is favored by 6.5. I'll take the Niners by 10.
I'm gonna take the Niners by that 6.
Fair enough. We got the Cardinals hosting the only undefeated team in the NFL, hosting the Eagles. Eagles are favored by 5.5. I'll take the Eagles by 7. I don't like the Cardinals.
Eagles by 7. The Battle of the Birds. Week 5. I kind of want to. If D Hop was back, I'd probably give it to the Cardinals and a squeak out win. But I'm gonna have.
Yeah, he's not back until what, week 7, right? He's suspended for
I think so. Yeah. Eagles by 4.
Fair. Then we've got the Bengals going to Baltimore to play the Ravens. The Ravens are favored by 3.5. This is the Sunday late game. My initial gut says give me the Ravens, but Joe Burr has a propensity to come back, and the Ravens have a propensity to let shit like that happen. So give me the Bengals by 2 on a last-second touchdown.
That's crazy. I put Bengals by 10.
Oh, damn.
Bengals by 10. Joe Burr ends up. Baby ran away. Joe Burr ends up just breaking it open in the 4th.
I'd say mentality. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I just don't think he's going to break it open. But yeah, no, I think there's definitely going to be a comeback for sure. And then Monday night, Raiders Chiefs. Chiefs are home in Arrowhead. You got to take the Chiefs here. I mean, they're favored by 7. Give me them by 10. Look, the Raiders got their their first win. Good for them, but they're not going to put 2 in a row against the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, I got Chiefs by 14.
Yeah. I like the Raiders. I like Derek Carr. I think he's gotten a bad rub, but the Chiefs just put up 41 against one of the NFL's best defenses. They're going to demolish the Raiders. And yeah, that's it for week 5. That brings us to October 10th. Monday of week 5 is October 10th, my friend. We are moving and grooving through this season.
Dude, if we can take this game against the Dolphins and be a game behind the Bills.
Imagine in a crazy fucking scenario, the Bills lose and the Jets win and we're tied for the top.
And have the tiebreaker over Miami.
Do you know the kind of dick swinging that would happen? The kind of dick swinging that would happen.
When do we play the Bills?
Oh, we play the Pack in week 6. The Broncos.
I can see us beating the Packers in week 6.
Agreed. Broncos in 7. I see that could be a win. We're playing the Patriots in week 8. I could see that as a win because we're home. We play the Bills November 6th at home.
Oh, Christie's birthday. On Christie's birthday. Oh.
Looks like you guys are traveling to New York for a Jets game.
Jets.
Actually, I think that's the game Sarah and I wanted to go to as well. We wanted to try and make
Jets, Bills. We are actually going to be up there for Christmas.
Oh, shit. When is Christmas? What are they calling? Who do the Jets play around Christmas? That's December 6th. The Jets play that Thursday on the 22nd, and we play the Jags. Yeah, but it's a Thursday night game. I can't. Sarah will not be going. She will not sit in the December air in the Meadowlands.
Dude, I did Giants Cowboys December 24th with Christy.
Yeah, we did Jets Cowboys in Texas on December 24th. And then we did like Jets Dolphins. I think it was like early December in the Meadowlands. And oof, not a fan.
Oh, if we can literally go. Yo, the Jets potentially, by the time they reach the Bills game, have 3 losses.
Maybe. I mean, damn, they play the Lions the week before. Oh, no. Oh, we were talking about week 9. I'm sorry. I scrolled all the way ahead. Let's see. So before that, we play the Patriots. That's a winnable game. The Broncos, winnable game. The Packers, winnable game. And then this week is the Dolphins, winnable game.
6-3 if we lose to the Bills.
Jets to the Super Bowl. Zach Wilson's back, is here to bang your mom and get championship rings, baby. Even Henry runs over and agrees. But guys,
banging moms.
Slanging bombs and banging moms. That is our week 5 predictions. That is our week 4 coverage. We will be back next week to stand on our predictions.
And the Jets 6-3 wasn't an actual prediction. Do not try to jump down our throats.
Yes, it was. Don't let him cower now. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Now it potentially can be. Hey, but I'm optimistic. I'm hoping for the Jets having a great season. I do have them winning. Hey, 7-8 games is great. So if we can fucking lose out every game after that, I don't care.
Despite Tua not being on the field, I think, like you said before, DJ Reed, Jalen Waddle, Sauce Gardner versus Cheetah, this is the test for the Jets defense. I think this is the week that can show whether they can go 6-3 or not. Even if they lose, but if they lose close and they keep those two contained, I'm not going to be mad. I will, but I'm saying right now, I'm not going to be mad.
I'm speaking it. Sauce is giving Tyreek the sauce.
Fits, baby. Putting sauce on the fish. Sauce all over them fish.
We're filleting the fish right now.
utilize the email, guys. Break down the tape at yahoo.com. Hit us up on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You know where to find us. Let us know what you think of our predictions. Drop comments in the YouTube channel. Let us know what you guys think. Hold us to our predictions. I have no problem talking back and forth with you guys. But that's been it for this week as my son learns how to crawl down the stairs properly, and I almost just shit a brick. With that, Hector, do your thing.
I said what I said, and Henry's about to do what he do.